Do you want to see something really cool?
Of course.
Turn off the lights.
I just want you to know I hate you. And so does my dad. Well, that's fine. Because guess what? I hate you too. This house sucks ass.
Just review.
Hey,
Hey,
why are you so sweaty?
I was watching Cops.
Hey man, did you touch my drum set?
Nope.
Seems like someone definitely touched my drum set.
Yeah, that is weird, because I didn't touch him.
Did you touch my drum set?
Hey, knock it off!
I know you touched my drumstick.
You fucking crazy, man. You sound insane. Do you realize that?
Fuck you, Brennan. I know you touched my drum set.
Get out of my face, or I'm gonna roundhouse your ass.
Touch my drum set, because I know Cops doesn't start till 4. Where are you going?
I'm gonna put my nutsack on your drum set.
If you touch my drums, I will stab you in the neck with a knife.
I know that we started out as foes, but after that courageous act that you showed me against the one they call Derek, maybe someday we could become friends. If you were a chick, who's the one guy you would sleep with?
John Stamos.
What? Did we just become best friends?
Yup.
Friends who ride majestic, translucent steeds.
Yo, Wykie and I made a video talking about a couple of my videos, and you know how I feel about that.
I'm gonna stop him, that's how it's gonna turn out.
So we're gonna go into what he said about my videos, and I hope you like that little prelude. It might give an idea about what will be said
I'm gonna put my nutsack on your drum set.
over the course of this thing.
What? Did we just become best friends?
Yup.
But I'm supposed to be flying to Miami right now, so the only reason this video is being made is because something happened with the planes. I don't know shit about fuck, but I know that I'm not going to be flying out until 10:30 p.m. I'll be arriving around 2:30 a.m. Florida time. Gotta get to the hotel, and then I gotta compete in the gauntlet bright and early in the morning. Wadapalooza Gauntlet 2023. I know I'm going at 11:20. Let's see who's in my heat. All right, Gabe, Jake, I'm on the wrong side. Compete against the females. I got no problem with that. Who's in the heat after me? Let's see.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Bright side is, now I don't have to rush to do anything. I can get an extra video out, so I don't have to do it while I'm down there. I'll just drink another C4. Let's hear what Wykie had to say.
I'm gonna bring it back just for today. Today, I wanna make a video in my garage.
Garage.
Very much like my fellow YouTuber, Mr. Andrew Hiller, does in his garage.
Garage.
And I wanna respond to a couple of Hiller's videos. He made a couple of videos over the last few weeks. The first one says, CrossFit will die in 3 years is the title, and the thumbnail says, CrossFit is dead. And then a few days later, there's one that says, breaking down the death of CrossFit, and the thumbnail says, proof.
Did you see how easy that was, Mr. Edwardson? I mean, come on, that's all it took.
And I think they're great videos. I think they just mistitled.
Clickbait.
They should really just be titled, Why CrossFit is Not Doing Well on YouTube, or How CrossFit Can Do Better on YouTube. Because when I think about CrossFit and whether it's dying, I think about 3 metrics.
3 metrics, or 3 metrics, or 3. How do you guys hold up 3? Like an NBA shooter, like 3. He brings up 3 separate things here, so I'm going to cut to those things and tell you whether or not I think he's on to anything. Let's do that.
The first metric is how many CrossFit affiliates are there in the world, and is that number declining or inclining? Is it growing or is it going down? That's probably the most important one, the affiliates.
That right there is a fantastic point. The affiliates growing will definitely show growth in a way that YouTube possibly may not. I actually came after somebody in a comment the other day for the first time in a long time. I usually don't come after people. Comment said that they are an affiliate owner and they are tired of hearing that CrossFit is dead. And you know what? I would be tired of hearing that as well. Sure, you're doing a good job in your box, in your gym, in your affiliate. You hear that, you know that, you see that, you have your 100 to 150 members. Maybe you're one of the 1%ers that have 200 to 500 members or 1,000 members at your affiliate. But the question that I proposed is look left, look right, look around. Are there more affiliates opening or are there less? Yes, COVID had a huge thing to do with this. But really ask yourself, do people utilize the Chris Coopers of the world? Are they gym business-minded people? Or are they people who open up an affiliate because they had a passion for fitness and now they are kind of stuck, and after a while they can't make ends meet, so they need to shut their doors? Because from the affiliates that I see closing down, a couple are, yeah, pandemic driven. And then the others are kind of at the end of their ropes. They've been doing it for a long time, and it's the straw that broke the camel's back. So while worldwide there's a growth at the soul, at the heart of it, where it started up in like the Californias, the United States, I would say there's a drop off still. I don't have the YouTube metrics to back that one up. That one's just off of a feeling.
So before we get into it, a massive thank you to Andrew for making his videos and supplying me with some content to talk about. I'll link both those videos down in the comments below, in the description below, so you can go check those out. And yeah, Andrew, thanks for being my waterfall and feeding me with some content. I think that's one of the analogies that Andrew uses in his video.
You would have thought that you had to rip someone's fucking leg off to have someone do something like that. You didn't even need to link them in the freaking description. I would have just done with, I watched Andrew's video like he did earlier. When I was watching this the first time, I was wanting to like round of applause, like start clapping. I'm like, yes! Because you see what's happening now? Now I'm making a response video. He even mentions the waterfall analogy. So I waterfalled into his channel. He made a response video to it. Now I'm making a response off of that. I'm not just hiding in the freaking corner like Nate Edwards and be like, I saw the CrossFit's dead, and now I'm going to say nothing, because I never say anything, ever. Good stuff, Wykie. Very good stuff.
The issue is the Good channel is not the PGA Tour. So you're comparing the CrossFit Games with the Good channel. So when you look at the PGA Tour page, I think it's got like 1.1 million subscribers, where CrossFit Games has like 800,000. Not too far off for a sport that is so young compared to a sport like golf that is much older. And even when you look at the views on some of the videos, they're very comparable between the PGA Tour and CrossFit. So I'd probably put those two channels together. And then I would ask, why don't we have the likes of a Good channel in the CrossFit space, or who are those? And I would argue that Craig Ritchie perhaps is obviously the leading creator in our space when it comes to subscribers. And who knows, maybe it's just a matter of time before a creator comes into our space with the ability or the talent, maybe an extremely entertaining individual who could grow a channel like the Good channel.
That's 2 for 2. First time I heard it, because yeah, this is the second time. It sounded really good, and the second time it sounds even better, because he's correct. The good people are not the PGA Tour, just like Craig Ritchie is not CrossFit. He's got 340,000 subscribers, and perhaps he should be the waterfall, the way that the good people are for Nate Edwardson's golf channel. Or maybe it's up for people like Wykie or myself to become the new waterfall. What could we do to become that? That's the question. Maybe it's not us. Maybe it's Amanda Hari. Maybe it's Jason CF Media. Could it be the Sevon Podcast?
And I think it's for this exact reason why CrossFit's media was so successful back in the day when Sevon was running it. Get Sevon back, man.
To be determined.
Andrew solely looked at YouTube metrics and why the CrossFit channels aren't performing well. And I just don't feel like that is an accurate metric or a valid metric or a relevant metric for whether CrossFit is dying or not.
Is that what you think? You think?
Is that what you think? You think?
Well, what else do you got?
It doesn't matter what you think!
I think this coming year, 2023, when we receive new numbers from CrossFit, and hopefully we do, will be a really good indication of where we are going, because we have actually seen 2 years now of things trending in the right direction when it comes to affiliation and CrossFit participation. And obviously when it comes to the CrossFit Games, the price purse has always increased, and we'll talk about that right now. In 2021, CrossFit had 9,400 paying CrossFit affiliates. The next year, in 2022, that increased to 10,800. And then at the start of 2023, right now, we're sitting at 11,500.
Oh. Well, how do you know? How do you know that that's the case?
There's an affiliate map on the CrossFit site, and I assume it's accurate. You might argue that it might be outdated, but I've gone ahead and just done the math by each country, just added up all the numbers, and it comes to around 11,500.
That right there is more work than Nate Edwardson has put into his YouTube channel for the past year. Good work with all the addition. I don't know if it's outdated or not. I might know a guy who might know something about that.
So that is an increase of 700 affiliates over the last year. That is paying affiliates. I believe CrossFit has about...
The dude even has notes. Notes! Hell yeah.
Let's now look at the open participation. We peaked in 2018 with 416,000 people worldwide taking part. That then dropped to 357,000 the next year.
You're goddamn right.
It dropped again to 240,000 in
Goddamn right.
2020. And then we started to pick up.
The more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
2021, we hit 260. and 2022 we hit 295. So 2 years in a row now we have tracked in the right direction. Really hoping that this year we're going to be over that 300,000 mark, and it'll be 3 years in a row of seeing growth when it comes to the open participation.
Really wouldn't be able to argue with that one. Just like I don't think I can argue with the affiliates number being grown. And I guess the only argument with the affiliates number would have been that of worldwide growth being all for the better, but where it came from isn't as strong as it once was. But again, I've got no objective information on that. Just a feeling.
The last metric I want to look at is the prize purse at the CrossFit Games and whether that has increased or decreased.
And who again is the company providing that prize purse? Oh fuck. What are those? I can see my quads through my pants though. California hormones.
It has grown year on year, so there has been more money paid out to the athletes at the CrossFit Games. But I think the more significant thing to think about is the sponsors that have come into the space. If I think back to the early days of the CrossFit Games, I can only really think about one brand, and that is Reebok, right? They were kind of the main brand that came on board. When now you think about the brands in the sport, let's just think about shoes alone. You even have shoes like Rad, like Under Armour has now a functional training shoe. They sponsor the likes of James Newbury. You have Tier just going crazy in the sport. Obviously you have the Metcon, you still have the Nano. There are just so many more options and so many more big brands coming into the sport. Think about clothing brands. We have Gymshark sponsoring someone like Noah Olsen.
All right. I get it. That was a good one. You got me there. Lots of sponsors coming into the space. I don't know how much I agree with the year after year increase from Noble. It's like they have to do it. If they don't do it, they're not going to look so good as the head sponsor of the CrossFit Games. I actually think about the money going towards the events now. And I think Sevon's pretty big on this too. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he goes, why doesn't somebody sign up to win Wadapalooza? 75 grand on the women's side. One of the Masters females should sign up. We want more. Well, go and get some. I think the athletes are getting pretty good at this point with the amount of money they're making. That is, if you want to go and get it. Sure, like the B and C listers probably aren't making a living on it like the A-listers are. But are the events doing well? They should, right? I don't know shit about fuck.
I mean, for goodness sake, the very fact that I'm making this video on this channel and I'm referencing and talking about another creator in our space, to me speaks about the growth of our sport and of the space, because there were no CrossFit creators a few years back.
R.I.P. Arm & Hammer. R.I.P. Barbell Shrugged. Same, but different. There were a couple, and I think that there's just a couple now. But he's got a good point. We're doing this thing. There's the Edwardson guy who steals all of our shit. Richard's really big. I don't count Frazier and Toomey because they just kind of like pump their own crap up on their own channel. You go there and what have you left with? It's like watching a commercial every single time. Some people like commercials. Not I, said the pig.
So I honestly just don't think that you can look at the sport of CrossFit, the brand of CrossFit, the company, and say that is dying based on all these numbers.
Is that what you think? You think?
So Andrew, I love you, but I completely disagree with you on this one.
How did he just do that? He somehow entirely disagreed with me, but at no point did I feel any sort of anger on my side or on his side. It's as if he's across the world having a conversation with me, presented his information in an extremely well-constructed way, just like I felt that I did with my YouTube debate, why I thought that those points were valid. And I can also agree with most of the stuff that he had to say. I think amongst those, I disagreed with the Noble increasing the sponsorship. We don't know yet whether or not the open signups are going to be higher this year, so that's a to be determined. But as far as there being more opportunity for people like us in this space, just doing this thing, why would we be doing it if it was dying? Yeah, good point. Maybe we should ask Edwardson where he went for a little bit. The affiliate's going up. You prove that by doing the math on the affiliate map. Pretty cool. Good job. I think that we should have settled this with the open signups come February or March. When's the signups? I don't know. Somewhere around there. But good God, I left that video with an amazing taste in my mouth. That sounds weird, but you know what I mean. What a good dude.
What does Hiller say? Andrew Hiller out. Wykie Itzebit out. Oh wait, I've got to get my shirt off for this. Andrew doesn't wear shirts. Hold on. Wykie Itzebit out.
Oh, okay. Did we just become best friends? Andrew Hiller, out. Did you see how easy that was, Mr. Edwardson? I mean, come on. That's all it took.